Sound production. Sound production.
What's going on, guys? Sorry for the long delay. Welcome to another edition. Oh, you guessed it. Joel's News and Views, Conservative News and Views, with your host, Joel Davis, Media Network. Now, if it's your first time tuning in the broadcast, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell up top. Tonight, we're going to be going in depth about the Hillary Clinton scandal, trying to spy on Trump, and about Justin Trudeau trying to keep the truckers from getting freedom. It's going to be controversial. It's going to be raw. That's what y'all love about this channel. So, before we start, y'all know we got to pay tribute to the sponsors. First sponsor up. Y'all know what we always play tribute to. With everything going crazy right now in the world today, with the stock market going up and down, things being very, very, very difficult to try to grasp. It makes you wonder, how the world going to react? What are we going to do? How are we going to be able to provide for our families? Well, it's an easy solution. All you got to do is have Noble Gold. That's right. Noble Gold is a company that will do whatever they can to make sure that you get everything that you need and then some of options. For real. They'll give you the option to sit down and go over everything. So what are you waiting for? Don't you be scared at all to reach out to Noble Gold. The description is down there below. The link is down there below on my subscription. All right, guys. If it's your first time in the podcast, please leave a review. It helps us get better. So let's jump into this, guys. Let's get it. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy, Joel Davis. That's right. It's your host. Welcome to another edition of Conservative News and Views. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's hold the applause. Now, first things first, let's give a shout out to Angry Conservative for saying that he want to thank me for the stream for this morning. No, thank you. Also, thank another shout out to my most loyal follower. There is Alvin. Thank you for believing in me, man. I got a sponsorship, baby. Yeah. Pretty cool, man. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I hope everybody having a good Valentine's Day. Uh, you know, I try to have the stream earlier, but unfortunately, between life and me having kids, and my wife is doing a out of going out of business sale with her products. Yeah, it didn't go as early as I wanted it to, but I'm still going to give y'all a dedicated hour of what's going on with Hillary and Trudeau because y'all deserve this, and we're going to go into it deeply. We're going to go and we're going to go bypass Fox News. We're going to go to the Gateway Pundit. Uh, Shout out to the Gateway Pundit. They know how to make you really dig in deep. We're gonna go in there. We're gonna talk about what's going on with this scandal. So let's go into a little bit of this. Let's find the probe here. See here. I can find. So we're gonna talk about what happening with old girl. I gotta dig through. I didn't take a copy of it. That's what I should have done. But I wasn't thinking. But I may have to go as a reference to Fox News. Oh man, it's a lot about her. This is gonna be a deep one. I gotta go through some things here. I gotta go to the beginning. That's what I'm trying to find. I'm trying to begin in the story breaking. So when I tell y'all this, y'all will be like, okay, this is how it all happened. All right, hold on. Here we go. So here we go. First story. Had to find it, guys, and we about to share it on here. First, here, where we gonna break this down tremendously. I'm going to put this in the archive. I'll tell you now, if I keep this up long, they might come after my ass. All right, let's go in here. Let's jump into it. So, guys, we are here. For years, we have been saying to the mediocres that Trump was being compromised. He told them over and over again, he told people, listen, they are listening to what I'm doing. They are trying to find everything on me. But nobody didn't want to listen to Trump. Everybody was like, ah, Trump's crazy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, news flash now. It seems like now that Trump is not as crazy as everyone thought he was. Because It has come to fruition that this is a real situation. It really is. Let's go up here, put my links up here for a minute. Now, y'all know that Hillary Clinton, okay, could not win running for president. We knew this. First and foremost, she was already having difficulty, difficulty for what she did at Benghazi. And not to mention too that it came out that what's his face? Um oh man. Oh my God. Obama had knew about this what happened in Benghazi. Benghazi was an open secret. Okay? They knew what happened in Benghazi. They knew this was dangerous. And they knew that if she was running, that this would happen. That she would do some stupid shit. Because she's just like her husband. Her and her husband are two peas in a pod. That's why she never divorced him when he was, you know, letting that young girl play with his little small Woody. Yeah, in fact, that's what I'm trying to do now, y'all. Keep y'all fingers crossed. I am working currently with Nine Line, not to get off subject, to be there for them to sponsor my videos because they really, literally, like 30 miles from my house where the warehouse is and where they make the shirts. And I've been talking to the owner of Nine Line for the longest. So if he can start sponsoring me, you'll probably see me wearing a lot of the Nine Line apparel when I come on these videos. In fact, I wear it all the time anyway. The shirts you be seeing, the patriotic shirts I be having on, that is from Nine Line. I am a very avid customer with Nine Line. So hopefully we can actually become an affiliate together. So I'm going to definitely try to reach out to them as the marketing team again this week because I am a real advocate of being part of Love Nine Line products. And we've been talking about this for some time. So let's talk about this, guys. Let's dig deep. Let's dig real deep. So the Durham investigators uncovered evidence that shows Hillary Clinton team paid operatives to infiltrate the Trump Tower and then President Trump's White House service to link Trump to Russia. Now this is not surprising. TG reported on this in April 2019 based on our expert review. Now, back in 2019, the Gateway Pundit reported a review of the data pertaining to the accusations in the phony Steele dossier about a Trump Russian bank connection. Discovered the sources used is most likely the same source the FBI used to obtain a FISA warrant to investigate the Trump Alpha Bank connection. This nightmare for President Trump all started in June 2016 after news broke that Democratic National Committee had been hacked. A group of prominent computer scientists were on alert. The group of individuals led by a Hillary supporter later started snooping around the Trump Tower computers to allegedly see if these servers had also been hacked. This group was led by Indiana University professor and staunch supporter John Gene Camp. Oh, Gene. Professor Kent, according to Circa, was a staunch Hillary supporter, a respected computer scientist who raised concerns about a possible connection between President Trump and a Russian bank, is an unabashed Hillary Clinton supporter who made multiple small donations to the Democratic presidential campaign around the time she and her colleagues surfaced the allegations. Some techies uncovered that the Trump Tower servers begin to be bombarded with the same exact invalid lookup requests. They use the words Trump and Alpha together, which were automatically placed in the server's log by the server. According to the New York Times, computer logs show that the two servers at Alpha Bank sent more than 2,700 lookup messages to the Trump servers. At about the same time, the FBI received a complaint from cyber experts about a possible Trump Alpha Bank connection, which led the FBI to investigate into a Trump Alpha Bank connection. According to the New York Times, in classified sections in August and September of 2016, intelligence officials also briefed congressional leaders on the possibility of financial ties between Russia and people connected to Mr. Trump. They focused particular attention on what the cyber experts said appeared to be a mysterious computer back channel between the Trump organization and the Alpha Bank, which is one of Russia's biggest banks and whose owners have long-standing ties to Mr. Putin. At about the same time that the FBI began its investigation, Christopher Steele began pushing the now-debunked claim that the Trump was connected to Alpha Bank. In mid-September, Steele submitted his memos, and at last, one of these included the Trump Alpha Bank connection. Steele submitted these memos to the press and to the FBI. And now we know that Fusion GPS was pushing this bogus story to the far left Slate magazine. Uh-oh. Wow. And not to mention, Hillary Clinton pushed the conspiracy knowing her team was behind the bogus accusations. It was reported on Fox News and Twitter. There you have it. Let's start with this. Guys, oh, I'm not finished yet. There is now evidence that lawyers paid tech specialists, including university personnel, to infiltrate Trump Tower servers. Lawyers for Clinton campaign paid a technology company to infiltrate servers belonging to Trump Tower and later the White House in order to establish an interference in narrative to bring to the government agencies linking Donald Trump to Russia. A fling from special counsel John Durham said, mm, a filing for special counsel John Durham said. Durham filed a motion on February the 11th, focused on potential conflicts of interest related to the representation of former Clinton campaign lawyer Michael Sussman, who has been charged with making a false statement of federal agent. Sussman has pleaded not guilty. The indictment against Sussman says he told the FBI General Counsel James Barker in September 2016, less than 2 months before the 2016 presidential election, that he was not doing work for any client when he requested and held a meeting in which he presented a purported data and white papers that allegedly demonstrated a covert communications channel between the Trump organization and Alpha Bank, which has ties to the Kremlin. But Durham's filing on February 11th in a session titled Factual Background revealed that Sussman had assembled and conveyed the allegations to the FBI on behalf of at least two specific clients, including Tech Executive One at a US based Internet Company One in the Clinton campaign. Durham's filing states that in 2016, the tech executive worked with Sussman, a U.S. investigative firm retained by law firm One, on behalf of the Clinton campaign. Numerous cyber researchers and employees at multiple internet companies to assemble the purported data in white papers. In connection with these efforts, Tech Executive One exploited his access to non-public and or proprietary internet data. The filing states Tech Executive One also enlisted the assistance of researchers at a US-based university who were receiving and analyzing large amounts of internet data in connection with a pending federal government in on cybersecurity research contract. Uh, Tech Executive One asked these researchers to mine internet data to establish an interference in narrative line, then tying then candidate Trump to Russia, Durham states. In doing so, Tech Executive One indicated that he was seeking to please certain VIPs, referring to individuals at law firm one in the Clinton campaign. This actually, this may actually get good. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's about to be, it's about to be crazy already. So basically, to sum it all up, the Durham investigators uncovered that this whole time, this narrative that he was working with Russia. Oh, Megan Gutierrez. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you for the super chat. Man, she came off strong with that super chat, man. I appreciate you. So that just goes to show you guys that they knew, they knew that this was false. They knew this. In fact, let's give a round of applause for Maggie Gutierrez. Thank you, Maggie, for the super chat. I had to give her a double clap. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, it just lets you know that this is what we at right now. And this is not good. This is not good at all. Now, think about this, guys. We all know, and again, this is the only channel that's going to come with the most intense type of stuff that they don't want to talk about on here. We knew that with common sense, which I was drinking the Kool-Aid back then in 2016, but as I've grown into the conservative movement, with common sense, if I'm running for president, why the hell would I associate myself with the enemy of all people? Exactly, Nina. It would be if we did this, if they would have done this back in the day, back when our great grandfather time, our great grandmother time, this would be on some treason stuff. You know what would happen? It would be bad, 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 bad. I got to get me a drink. I'm gonna still talk about this while I get my drink. Y'all can still hear me. I mean, this would be bad. This would be so bad that people would never be able to rebound from this. The country would never be the same. So this tells me that they don't care about us at all. They just want a narrative. And that narrative is making sure that Orange Man is bad. That was the narrative. Orange Man bad. That's what they live for. They wasn't caring about trying to do the right thing. Because if they would, the first thing they would have said was, you know what? We're going to work this out. We are going to make sure that the American people get taken care of. We're going to get to the bottom of this. You know, if there's nothing there, there's just nothing there. See, this also proves that we were right the whole time. That Donald J. Trump is the real we the people. He's about we the people. He wasn't about all this other nonsense. He wasn't trying to be with this person or get a donor from that person. He was about trying to make America first. And nobody didn't want to hear that. No one. But the problem is, will they be held accountable? And unfortunately, they won't. Hillary has done so much dirt in this country. Benghazi, Now, this, she is not going to be held accountable. It'll be a few hearings. You'll hear the Republicans do the whole point finger at their face, and that's that. But there's more to this story, so we're gonna read to the next part of the story. I hit that like button, man. Again, y'all, please donate to the super chat tonight, man. Like I said, this is the only place where you're going to get real hardcore truth. I'm going in on both sides. This is the U.S. Canada connection tonight, baby. So if you in Canada over here, you want to hear, you want to hear some. Oh yeah, you hoiser, Canada, eh? You want to hear some good Canada stuff, baby? We're gonna get on Justin Trudeau's ass too, aka Justine. Get on Justine's ass. Oh man, let's get back to this. So we got to stay on topic here. So I'm gonna go with uh, some more. Perkins Cole. I don't see there's any more else coming out of this situation here. 1 second. So let's see. Maybe they are trying to make it accountable. Let's see what Cash Patel has to say from the pundit. I'm gonna let him say a few things. This is when he was on Greg Kelly here. I could find the video. I don't know if this is the video. Y'all give me a minute. Let me see if there's a video attached to it. Nah, man, they don't got the video. Yeah, they do. They got the video. I'm gonna play it now. This is off Rumble, I think.
Well, a bombshell, a genuine bombshell in court filings from the special prosecutor John Durham looking into the Russia hoax. Tech executive number one and his associates exploited internet traffic pertaining to Trump Tower, the Trump apartment building in New York City, and also the executive office of the President of the United States. The president himself surveilled, had his internet comings and goings under surveillance by a private citizen. This would be worse than Watergate if it's true, and this is the allegation from a government prosecutor. I want to bring in Cash Patel, former deputy assistant to President Trump and chief of staff to the acting secretary of defense in the Trump administration. Cash, welcome to Newsmax. What do you think?
Before we start, I want to say, for all you woke-ins, liberal, cheating ass people out here that said that Trump is racist, he had an Indian as his assistant chief of staff, like a real Indian. Because remember now, you say he hates all people of dark skin. I just want to make sure you are clear of this. Now, I don't see. I know if I was a racist, I wouldn't want no one of dark tone near me. I'm just saying, if I was Trump and I was a racist, but I digress. I had to put that out there because they love to say that he's so racist.
Oh, wow, Greg, thanks for having me. And I don't know where to begin. Look, as the guy who unraveled the Russiagate investigation as the chief investigator during Chairman Nunes, he and I have been talking. We've been talking to the president. None of us thought it could get this bad. They literally, as you let off, a private entity on behalf of a political opponent, Hillary Clinton, paid for access to the entire White House compound to infiltrate the servers of not just the office of the president, the National Security Council, the National Economic Council, the Trade Council, and the office of the Vice President of the United States.
It's pretty wild. You must have noticed, as I've noticed, the mainstream media are totally ignoring this story. This is a bombshell. They know this story. They know Mueller's part of this story well enough to know that this is genuine news. Yesterday on those talk shows, not one word. I can't believe it. I quite frankly, even for them, I find this hard to believe, not a mention. How is this going to play out? I mean, they are just going to pretend it's not happening?
No, I think we're going to force it on them. Look, this, as bad as Russiagate was with the Steele dossier, this makes Watergate look like a parking citation. They spied and they used money from opposition research to go ahead and spy on a sitting president at his White House and his candidate. What's
I'm back. Thank y'all. Anyway, for y'all old heads that were born, that's like the age of 60 plus, that seen Watergate or witnessed Watergate, we already know. If y'all guys would have seen this shit back then, y'all, you know, if Tricky Dick would have been on freaking the Democratic side and would have done Watergate, man, he would have been in heaven right now. He would have been like, "What? Y'all ain't doing nothing to me. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Well, shit. If I'm good, baby, I'm good. You can't make this up, man. I know, Nunya. I know. Again, that was when Trump was blinded by people who were supposed to be doing good things until he started finding out that all this racial stuff was just a hustle. See, Trump got the inside scoop. He found out the hustling. Oh man, this shit crazy.
going to happen is these mainstream media are going to ignore this story for a few more days, and then they're going to start personally attacking us, me, Devin, the president, like they did 3-4 years ago, and then they're going to be forced to correct their stories in hiding late on a Friday night when no one's looking and say, oh, we might have gotten that Spygate thing wrong, and we were totally wrong when we said Trump was not spied on. And there's no way the Hillary Clinton campaign paid for any of it. They were wrong on all counts. So there's going to be impossible for them to admit it. But thankfully, your show is going to help, hold them to their feet to their fire.
Well, the seeds were out there for a long time. I mean, if you were watching, you could tell when Attorney General Barr was testifying in 2019.
I'm not gonna play the whole clip because it's a long ass one. It's 7 minutes. I will put the link in my description box below on how we can look at this on Rumble. This is why Newsmax and One American News are being booted off the cable sites because they tell the truth, and the mediocres don't like that. They want Newsmax to be like them. Keep your head down. Don't report on this stuff. They can't mess with Fox News because Fox News is a giant. Okay, Fox News has become the staple of mainstream conservative talks. Newsmax and One American News are not mainstream, but they're what we want to say when we want to say it. So that's why they're blocking them. So, guys, you got to understand that in this case here, this is sad. Real sad. Real sad. Because we're dealing with some liars. Professional at that. You spied on this man. You invaded this man's privacy. You did everything that you guys preach that you don't want to do. Man, this is crazy. And it's crazy that we only find out these scandals when the corporates are out of office, when it comes to these liberals. Every time. Now, when it comes to our uh per se conservatives, us, when we do something while in office, they make sure we get burned to the stake while in office. This is another representation of, again, lies upon lies. And we as the people got to continue to exploit this. Thank God for Gateway Pundit. Oh, I know they is. I know they do. They got them spying. That's what I'm saying. Right now, I would not run for office. I don't want to be spied upon as a conservative. That's why I would not be in no Congress because they would spy on everything I do. Have your phone tap, everything. Because you can't trust them. You can't trust none of them fools. None of them at all. All of them crazy. But let's get into some other stuff that nobody's talking about. Because I'm going to keep y'all posted on this story as it develops. But we're going to talk about Trudeau. I want to talk about Trudeau because Trudeau has been lying to the Canadian people. Well, not lying to the Canadian people, but lying to the world. See, Trudeau has been acting like he's the victim in all this convoy. But there's some things he's doing that is not right. But before we go into that, let's talk about the latest news that happened here. I talked about this today, but I'm about to read you the full story of what happened. Now, y'all remember Give Send Go. Give Send Go is the new um you ain't wrong, it's crazy. Yeah, let's talk about what's going on here. Um the Give Send Go attack. This is this should tell you guys how far the left has gone. They are now committing acts of criminal. This is cyber. This is cyber criminal acts. Do you know how much time you can get hacking into somebody's server or something like this? You can get a gang of time. What was one of them hackers got? What it was? One of them hackers got like what, 5 to 10 years one time back a couple years ago, hacking into some company shit. These guys are hacking into people's shit and exposing their personal data, all because they want to support freedom. Now, this is what you're facing when you want to support freedom. Now, you want to be a freedom fighter. This is what you have to go through. Let's jump into this. Give Send Go under attack. Hateful trans hackers take over Give Send Go front page. Attention, Give Send Go grifters and uh, hatriots. The Canadian government has informed you that the money you assholes raised to fund an insurrection is frozen. Lord have mercy. TD Bank has frozen several accounts. You helped fund the January 6th insurrection in the U.S. You helped fund an insurrection in Ottawa. In fact, you are committed to funding anything that keeps the raging fire of misinformation going until that it burns the world collective democracies down. And this happened during Sunday night during the Super Bowl. Wow. Now they call themselves far left demon hackers. That's what they call themselves, demon hackers. They take over Give Send Go website. They then posted the personal information of the Freedom Convoy's donors. The marches will not stop until everyone is silenced. These idiots are the online terrorists who do the dirty work of the left. And they are. It's considerable. Finally, I'll clarify the goals behind this shutdown of Give Send Go, which will likely be temporarily. Give Send Go has a history of providing a platform for individuals and organized groups and to fund hate groups, promote disinformation and insurrection disguised as protests. Most of their larger campaigns are in some way a contributing threat to democracy. Foreign money being used to sponsor efforts to destabilize governments by co-opting commonly held grievances. Stemming from pandemic fatigue is a very serious matter. Sadly, Give Send Go will restore their systems and continue operating. Also, there is a lot of talk about using cryptocurrency and NFTs are an emerging threat to be considered. The data from this breach data will be provided in its entirety to researchers and journalists so that the impact of foreign political interference can be better understood and sensible information sensibly and sensible, informed policy decisions can be made to defend against this growing threat. Details will soon follow. God, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. They're hacking the stuff that we use to do good. Give, Send, Go ain't did nothing to nobody. They are just like GoFundMe. They have the option to celebrate or to promote any campaign they want. That's their American right as a private company. And these people don't give a shit. They just want to invade. That's all they want to do. They don't want to help. They want to invade. It's a power trip. And anything is good is under attack by the satanic left. The hackers posted the donor information online, but they ain't gonna tell you the post. And then you got now Go still goes back up running at this time. And they said so Give Send Go. The site raising money for the convoy got hacked. The hackers posted the video addressed to Give Send Go, Grifters and Hatriots with the Frozen song in the background. They also posted what they allege to be all the info on who donated and how much. It's sad, man. And it's sad. I'm not gonna play the Frozen because I don't want to get a copyright strike. And then they had this girl named Emma. Well, this hacker Emma Vest, trans hacker, talking about a girl can't go for a relaxing soap without shit breaking loose, but seems gremlins have gremlined. It's so stupid. Then here's another one. Remember that the Give Send Go CEO denied these problems existed at all, despite being warned and repeatedly given proof since January 2018. And then there's a check mark. Mikhail Thalen, probably one of them fool people, I don't know. He said an S3 bucket run by Give Send Go was found to be leaking pics of driver's license, military IDs, passports, and other sensitive documents for days ago, just days ago. Sources tell me that despite an attempt to fix the bucket, was exploited again to allow the takeover of the site. It's crazy, man. And then somebody went and retweeted out, "Stop panicking. Give Singo appears to be related to Give Sing Gone from their homepage. All campaigns such as mine remain up and usable. I also can sign in and use my dashboard. This means that it's a domain redirect, not a hack. Meaning that they were able to convince some dipshit at GoDaddy to change the DNS records. Oh Lord, that was funny. The Give Send Go page is registered with name sheet. No hacker worth this salt will use them for anything. They always give up info to law enforcement. The demon hackers claim that they have thousands of identifications is debunked already, and they don't have a link to download anything. They are well-known trolls, exploiting people's inability to understand technical stuff. That's what they do. The Trucker Convoy 2022 campaign is hosted on a separate server. I've done my homework, and it appears to have been temporarily removed, likely as a result of a targeted DDoS attack, which would have targeted only that fund, since the rest isn't on the same server. Again, they just want headlines. Go will have their landing page fixed momentarily, and it's all good. No data is compromised by a domain direct. I'm not worried, and I'm not changing my password habits with Give Sim Go. So it seems like to me that Give Sim Go got ahead of it. Now I don't know how, but they got ahead of it. That's what it sounded like to me. It sounded like that they got ahead of it. They by the thought they got into something and they didn't get into nothing. But we'll see. We will see. But while that is going on, let's look at what they're also doing to the people in Canada that is speaking out about the convoy. I'm going to show y'all a clip of what they did to a lady. Let me see what they got here. I got to go up here. Uh, hold on, y'all. The bill was on this one right here. What up, good old Goldie? I ain't see you in a minute. Hit that like button. Hold on. Let me find this. Okay, here we go. That's what I was looking for. So this is what's going on in Canada. But remember now, everybody say that ain't no such thing like this is going on in Canada. I'm finna play this clip, what they experienced in Canada, and then I'm going to let y'all put y'all 2 cents in on this. And I'm gonna have to probably.
Sorry, since you're at my home, can I just get your name and your badge number, please?
I have a card here.
Okay.
It's Erica Ingram.
Thank you.
And this is just some information about peaceful protests. That's all it is.
Okay, so you saw something on my Facebook?
No, on the Facebook group.
Okay, and decided to come to my personal residence to give me information about peaceful protest?
Yes.
Okay, so are the Peterborough Police? No, you're with
We're
OPP.
OPP.
Are you guys now monitoring people's Facebook pages or Facebook groups to who comments as to what their um, status updates are or what they're doing or
So
within the group?
just
Like,
because of the protests happening province-wide, yes, we have been monitoring the protests.
okay.
So there's a
I gotta stop it right here, guys. Listen, I gotta put my 2 cents in. This reminds me of what happened a couple of years back when people were speaking out about how they felt about what was going on with the protests with the Summer of Love. I think somebody had talked about they was tired of what was going on with the protesters and stuff like that. And somebody might have had said something to the contrary that if I have to, I'll bulldozer over them, something like that. And just ranting. You know, wasn't really being serious, just ranting. And they showed up to their door. There was another time where somebody said something about hurting, uh, slapping Joe Biden while he was on the campaign trail, and they came to his house. So this is true. This is true. They get like this. The government will monitor your ass when they feel like that they're being threatened. And this is facts. Let's continue.
protest coming up. I'm simply providing you with information about a peaceful protest, and now I'm leaving.
Oh, okay.
That is all.
So the Ontario Provincial Police are watching what people are doing on Facebook in different groups, whether or not they're commenting, participating, liking, and you guys are now doing service calls to give people information about peaceful protest.
Yeah, it's just a proactive measure to make sure you understand your rights about peaceful protesting.
I have a copy of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, so I'm well within that and very understanding of that. I appreciate that. I'm hoping that you guys aren't going to waste our tax dollars continuing to do this to everybody, but now it's nice to know that we're being watched.
Yeah. And y'all know this has been going on for a while because that's why I keep my Facebook media to a minimum. My social media, I don't tell too many people about my social media. That's why I don't go on Facebook like I used to, because these employers will do that. They'll look at all your stuff. They'll look and see who you are, what you believe in, and you have to be private like that because people are like that. You have to be. Let's see what else in Canada that's going on that you won't hear nothing about in the news. Let's see what else videos we got. Oh, see, you won't see this. I'm going to show y'all a video of where in Canada, Justin Trudeau is having old people arrested for honking for the Canadian government for the convoy. So just showing support for the convoy. It ain't like he went up there and said, "I'm gonna hurt somebody." Let me see. There's a video here. I'm going to play it on this. All right, let me see what I can do here. 1 second here.
You know what?
Can you have it both ways?
Do you have a residence?
Can you have it both ways? No, I'm a homeless person.
You're a homeless person. Okay, if you owned a property, you would have control over that property, correct?
I don't own any property.
Okay, but if you did, let's speak hypothetically here.
No, I don't even believe in private property.
Okay.
It's God's world.
Thank you. Enjoy the sidewalk.
British just assumed that they owned it. That's all. Good old Queen. Beware the Queen on the back of the dream.
Sidewalk, we're not
Private property. Everything is private. Pay taxes for God's sake. I'm going to get a bottle of wine. Is that okay? Can I get a bottle of wine? I'll CBO. Well, you guys seem to be deaf. You don't hear what the people are saying. You have to yell sometimes. I'm going to get a bottle of wine. Stop it.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, make sure you guys all block.
Off the property, please. Off the property.
Y'all see that? Now the police do that in America right now to any of these Wokians that were protesting. Black Lives Matter, anything, they'll swear out they're racist. You have Jesse Jackson, the whole nine up here. See how much freedom we got compared to these other countries? This is Canada, though. Canada is supposed to be a dumbed down version of America. And you see how out of touch they are. Shit's crazy. I don't know who this guy is. Okay, Frequency 369. I don't know why you telling me. I mean, I don't know what to say to you, brother. That's crazy.
You guys don't leave it off my property.
Make sure you get the badge number. All because he raised his voice, guys. He wanted a bottle of wine. He raised his voice.
Did this 30 years ago. There's nothing like this. You just let that truck away.
Sad, sad day in Canada, guys. Very sad day.
I just took a taxi and went home with it.
You think people have been through enough? It's been 2 years of this.
All right, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. My wife was talking to me about something right quick. I was letting her know what was going on and everything else because she was busy doing her stuff. But this is what's going on right now. And here's the thing about the police officers in Canada. See, the police officers in Canada, they are a representation of the government. So they are all about pro-government. They are in Canada, the officers are very liberal over there. Oh, let me show you some other stuff they're not showing that's going on and that Justin Trudeau won't let y'all understand. Look at this. Yeah, that's Castro's son. That's Castro's son, man. He look like him. Him and that Castro baby boy. Justin Trudeau, aka Castro's baby boy. This is what's going on in Canada, and this is what they won't see. See, they won't show you that. They're just going to show you a whole bunch of trucks and people saying they just want screaming freedom. They want to make it look like they all see. That's what the mainstream media do. They always want to show you the most one-way directional thing to make your mind feel like they really telling the truth. But in reality, they lying like hell. They're lying like hell. I mean, this is pathetic, man. This is pathetic. See, now listen to this. This is gonna be the last part. We'll make sure there are any more videos. I got 2 more videos. I want to make sure. All right, look at this and see what this is at. Oh, God help me. Not my damn state. Lord Jesus. Man, my state need to get red again. Somebody make North Carolina red again. Damn. These boys stupid. All right. Let's get into this. Hopefully this ain't a long video.
First, we are broadening the scope of Canada's anti-money laundering and terrorist financing rules so that they cover crowdfunding platforms and the payment service providers they use. These changes cover all forms of transactions, including digital assets, such as cryptocurrencies. The illegal blockades have highlighted the fact that crowdfunding platforms and some of the payment service providers they use are not fully captured under the Proceeds of Crime and Terrorist Financing Act. Our banks and financial institutions are already obligated to report to the Financial Transactions and Reports Analysis Centre of Canada, or FINTRAC. As of today, all crowdfunding platforms and the payment service providers they use must register with FINTRAC, and they must report large and suspicious transactions to FINTRAC.
This is what the U.S. has been trying to push. That's why they started talking about now watching our Cash Apps, PayPal, and Venmo, because they want to be able to start watching where our money's going. Now, Biden ain't got it implemented yet because it's kind of hard because of all of the woke liberals are not all on board with it, because a lot of them go out here and do the nasty and got all this illegal activity going on behind the scenes. But Canada definitely is trying to be the first to do it near us. So that America definitely gonna try. I see it coming. Give it towards the end of, if the Dems do not get a chance to take over when these midterms come, especially, they're going to use Biden perverters to do an executive order to sign to do that, to monitor our bank accounts. How much you want to bet? I see it coming. I see it coming. That's why they're trying to hurry up and get all these woke judges on the federal level in the places of power. Can't make this shit up, man.
This will help mitigate the risk that these platforms receive illicit funds, increase the quality and quantity of intelligence received by FINTRAC, and make more information available to support investigations by law enforcement into these illegal blockades. We are making these changes because we know that these platforms are being used to support illegal blockades and illegal activity, which is damaging the Canadian economy. The government will also bring forward legislation to provide these authorities to FINTRAC on a permanent basis. Second, the government is issuing an order with immediate effect under the Emergencies Act, authorizing Canadian financial institutions to temporarily cease providing financial services where the institution suspects that an account is being used to further the illegal blockades and occupations. This order covers both personal and corporate accounts. Third, we are directing Canadian financial institutions to review their relationships with anyone involved in the illegal blockades and report to the RCMP or CSIS. As of today, a bank or other financial service provider will be able to immediately freeze or suspend an account without a court order. In doing so, they will be protected against civil liability for actions taken in good faith. Federal government institutions will have a new broad authority to share relevant information with banks and other financial service providers to ensure that we can all work together to put a stop to the funding of these illegal blockades. This is about following the money. This is about stopping the financing of these illegal blockades. We are today serving notice. If your truck is being used in these illegal blockades, your corporate accounts will be frozen.
There you have it, folks. This is what they're doing. They are making sure you have no freedom over there in Canada. Now, you know what's sad is that the Canadians that use our banks as well in the U.S., they probably will have Peppermint Patty Joe freeze those accounts too. Yeah, man. Now, what they don't know is there's more ways around to skin a cat. These guys really don't have to use the accounts. In fact, they just gave them an opportunity to go and withdraw all the money out their bank account. You can't mess with nobody. They got all their money on them. God forbid they got it tied up in cryptocurrency. You can't fuck with cryptocurrency all kind of way. So that's probably what's going to probably happen. They're probably going to start paying each other through crypto. And they know they can't mess with the crypto market. Let's look at what blackface Trudeau is trying to do. Look at Trudeau in that blackface. Remember he told you, I'm so sorry I did that. No, you ain't sorry. You know what you were doing. Look at that. Look at Castro's son. Castro's son. Shout out to Castro's son. I'm trying to see the video of this. So they're doing the Emergency Act. I'm trying to find out what Emergency Act is. So he's gonna try to make it an authority state. So he told the Liberal caucus he would invoke the never before used Emergency Act to give the federal government extra power to handle protests across the country. The Emergency Act, which replaces the War Measure Act in the 1980s, defines a national emergency as a temporary, urgent, and critical situations that seriously endanger the lives, health, or safety of Canadians. So basically, he's doing martial law. Remember we talked about martial law? So he's doing his own. This is Canadians' first martial law. Only two prime ministers in Canadian history have invoked these measures. They are both named Trudeau. As streamed by the Canadian media, the two share ideological affinities, appreciation of communism being one mainstay. One of the justifications of declaring an emergency is foreign influence activities with the relating to Canada. They are detrimental to the interests of Canada and are clandestine or deception or involved threat to any person. Okay, so sounds like a plan issued by Global Affairs Canada. For those who believe our current Prime Minister is a tyrant in disguise, all this makes perfect sense, regardless of circumstance. For the past 6 years, Justin Trudeau has been incrementally stripping away rights and freedoms of Canadians. And irony is found in the fact that it was Pierre Trudeau who enshrined individual rights into the Canadian Constitution in 1982. So I'm not going to read the rest here. So I'm about to wrap this stream up, guys. I gave you an hour and 22 minutes of love. So let's go and wrap this up. Again, shout out for the super chats tonight, man. That was awesome. Shout out to Maggie. Maggie came through, dropped 50 bones, man. That was hell of a damn super chat. I appreciate y'all, man. Man, listen, I appreciate when y'all do that. That's nothing but love, man. So the moral of the story is, guys, is that America, Canada, all of the states that was trying to emulate America is now going woke. They're going woke with the Marxist communist movement. The truckers' accounts about to start being frozen. They are towing people cars away. They are making sure that people cannot get anywhere into the country unless they basically kiss their ass. They are trying to make these people feel the brunt of the pain. But what Trudeau and them don't understand is these truckers got an upper hand on you guys. You could bring all the Marxists, our army, and everything. But if those truckers don't move, thank you very much on your business. If these truckers don't move forward, your country's going to shut down. Because without the truckers delivering that food and commerce and stuff to the country, ain't going to work. And I hate to tell y'all, but American truckers is ready to go. I know that you done heard by the perverted clan talking about we gonna counteract. And listen, y'all can't mess with these truckers. They know the roads, they know what y'all need, and they know you need them more than y'all need some bullshit ass politician or some guy telling you some bullshit. So, with that being said, guys, things are coming to a head. And with the Clinton situation with Trump, and I'm gonna say this and wrap this up with the bow on top, this was inevitable. We knew this was coming. We told people for years that this is what this lady was doing. But nobody didn't want to listen. And now the truth is coming out. I think it's pretty conveniently funny that it's coming out during midterms when people start gearing up and start saying they're running for president again. It seems like to me the Democrats don't want her to run. They don't want you to run, Hillary. That's why you're getting exposed. They don't want you there. You're too old. You're not in with what they want you to do. And they showing the hell don't want Kamala either. So with that being said, who is going to be their new scapegoat? Who's going to be their new mascot in the Democratic Party? I have no clue. At this point, it could be damn near AOC or any of the squad members. But one thing I do know, and two things for sure. Whoever they pick, believe me, it's going to be the shiniest turd you ever seen. And with that being said, I am definitely out on here. I want to say thanks once again for everybody that commented and gave a super chat. I also want to give a shout out to my producers tonight. Yeah. And I also want to give a shout out to None of Your Business and the rest of you and the new people as well. Got a new guy in here, 360. I like you so far, man. You bring a lot of clarity. I hope you come on my stream again. So give him a shout out too. Appreciate it, appreciate you. So with that being said, guys, y'all know what time it is. I am out. I'm finna bless y'all with a little bit of some goodbye music before I get up out of here.